Righto, legends, welcome back to another one of these motherfucking things. Been a little bit, fucking been on a cruise, just living the fucking life, on the beers, way too much. More than usual, pretty well fucked. So tonight, no fucking beers, because I got stuck into it way too hard. Time to settle down. Anyway, with this video, it's been a little bit long overdue because I actually filmed it prior to me going on a fucking cruise, living it up. But yeah, it was, I did a fucking interview, or it wasn't even really an interview, it was more of a fucking chat with with a good mate. Become good mates through his music. I fucking love what he puts out. Love his output. It's been grouse. He's fucking put out an EP, put out a fucking full length. Got another, I think he's got another fucking EP on the way, coming out through a new label, Formorian Productions. Sure, everyone fucking probably who fucking gets around my shit may know of the label. It is new. They're fucking getting around a few of the lads out there that are fucking putting out tunes. I think Kai, Death Metal, and yeah, WARHAMMER666 are about to release his shit on tape. He's also got a fucking CD coming out through a Brazilian label. Don't fucking know the name of it off the top of my fucking head because I ain't got no fucking notes. I'm just fucking going off what the fuck I know. Yeah, so me and him, we had a bit of a chat. It was fucking grouse to actually catch up with him face to face. Had about 15 beers. I fucking put him away in the beer department. Don't worry about that. Never gonna fucking, you're not catching me when it comes to that. But yeah, Warhammer, fucking sick dude. Obviously, we get along pretty well now. Fucking more than happy to fucking talk about his shit. And yeah, I was more than happy to jump on and actually fucking have a chat with him. So you've probably heard me speak about him before. Fucking, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't fucking know. That's on you. But yeah. So that was his first release, Fuck You Goat. I've talked about that before. Loves fucking swearing, loves talking shit, and loves having a beer. That's what we like to fucking see. And progressively, his music has definitely gotten better as far as I'm concerned. Like, yeah. So yeah, you're in for fucking good things. We'll chuck up a little snippet of a release off the upcoming album, Ramming Up Your Ass, You Poof the Cunt. If you're fucking worried about the name of the album or anything like that, it is a fucking play on words, and he's got it off a fucking band. And I think an Australian band that I think he was in a band prior to this. I think we might even go into it on the video. I can't remember because I had fucking about 15 jars. And it was only 12 o'clock too, so I was fucking having brekkie beers almost. But yeah, it is a play on words to, I think, an old death, either an older death metal or death thrash band from fucking back in the 90s from his area that I think he may have played live with, or fucking, yeah, he was just into back in the day. And I think they had an album called fucking Get Out of Me Car, You Fucking Poof the Bastard, or something like that, or Get Out the Fucking Road. It's Australian fucking terminology, it's slang, and we don't fuck about. We fuck about a lot. We fucking, yeah, we joke, take the piss. That's fucking just the way that we talk over here. You don't like it, get the fuck out. What are you doing? Get in the ass, get the fuck out. Anyways, yeah, so we got that. Got his full length that he's put out. Fucking did all that shit himself, which is fucking pretty fantastic work. Wouldn't know the fucking first thing about doing it, but he was all over that. His EP was meant to come out through a different label. Shit fell in the ass. I don't know what fucking over there, fucking died in the ass. But yeah, Formorian Productions has come through, picked that shit up. If you know Formorian Productions, you're looking at fucking Shredbeard, Trev, you're looking at fucking Sky, DeaditeDelight, and I think fucking old Trev from Fumes of Hatred may have something to do with it a little bit as well. As far as I know, just fucking going off what I fucking hear. Could be spreading rumours, don't know. But yeah. So what we'll do, we'll fucking jump into that interview if you're interested. It is a different one. There's no fucking showing this, showing that. Not getting the tits out for the boys tonight. You're getting a bit of a chat with Warhammer. Sick bloke, Australian, living over in New Jersey, fucking hanging out with all you lads over there in America. Good cunts, love yous. We'll jump into fucking a snippet of his song Wolf's Blood Supremacy. Probably one of the favourites off the upcoming releases that I really do like. Still blasty, still really aggressive, but fucking it does jump into a bit of a mid-pace, which I really do like throughout the album. And yeah, doing good things. Let's fucking jump into that, and then we'll fucking jump into the interview. I'm not formal, alright? We just fucking talk shit and drink beers. That's what we do. But we do talk about his upcoming releases. What the fuck's going on with that? So yeah, if you're interested, have a look. If not, fuck off.
Yeah, why not? I got my beers.
Right, welcome back to another one of these motherfucking things. Today, we've got on a very special guest, the big fella, Aussie boy, over in the fucking US. On the piss, good boy. That's what we like to say. And yeah, we're gonna have a chat. 666 over in fucking living over in New Jersey at the moment. Yeah, that's the one.
Like a pussy, mate. Look at that, fucking two-handed. I've lost it. Yeah, my fucking eyes. I've lost that skill of being able to snap open one of these things. But you know, look, it's good to be back on home soil. Good to be talking to the people. Where's my fucking camera? Everything's backwards, right? When you're doing this shit.
Well, you don't look like a fat shit. Look at
like
me.
What? both look like fucking hillbillies.
All right, so you fucking, what did you do? You popped your cherry yesterday on the old YouTube. How'd you go with that with the boys? You enjoy it?
Mate, I had to tap out a few hours in. You know, the beers started taking effect, and I was like, there's nothing that I can say now that won't get me into any type of trouble. All right. So as soon as Mike Violate comes on the stream, like, doesn't matter where he is, everything goes south pretty quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a few hours, and I was like, yeah, I got to go because you know the wife's starting to go. Look, no, don't.
So, don't want to fucking incriminate yourself on camera.
Not again, right? So, you know, no, but it was good. It was good. The guys wanted to launch the record, you know, label idea, and they wanted me to come on and be a part of that, and I was very thankful. So there we were. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. So yeah, fucking yeah. So it's probably pretty much early days, I suppose, working with the boys over there. But yeah, how have you found working with them? Think you're gonna have a bit of free reign or whatever you can do with your recordings and all that shit, or?
Yeah, I think like they're just as excited as I guess I am with it. You know, they're still feeling out what it's supposed to do and what they'll be doing with it. But the good thing about both of them, and you know, we're talking about Trevor Shredbeard and Skyer DeaditeDelight, they all kind of have a lot of friends in the social media network. So they come built in with some good promotional, you know, it's going to be easy for them to reach out to, you know, like Goat Metal Show or, you know, the Realms of Metal or, you know, one of the other ones out there, and Mordant Red. So, you know, he's already jumped on board and said that he would help out, you know, any way he can. But as you can appreciate, you know, he's just got the new album and he's a very busy boy at the moment. Plus, he's kind of doing this tour where he's kind of staggering it up and down. So, you know, I'm thankful for anything anyone can do for us. So,
yeah, no, I'll try and fucking help out this end, buddy. That's for sure.
Well, you've been doing your fucking damnedest up until now. So, you know, we all have spoken about, you know, you and they've all reached out, and you know, we thank you for everything that you've done.
Yeah, fucking I appreciate it, man.
Not at all. We appreciate it more, I bet. But you know, it's funny. Like when I found your channel, like, okay, so I think maybe if I was one of those fucking records that you collect, I would be like one of three. You know what I mean? Like there's no Australians over here on the East Coast whatsoever that I've met, and then I meet one. He sells me the house, and he lives like a few minutes down the road. So it's funny that I never see him, never speak to him. Yeah, and then so I've gotten the accent. I kind of have forgotten that I miss hearing it, right? So I'm flicking through the channels, and your channel came up, and it was like I've got a friend at home that sounds really similar to you, and it was almost like a comfort blanket. You know what I mean? It was like, oh fuck you. It's like I can almost shut my eyes, and I'm sitting back in Sydney again. So there's nostalgia, I guess, when I watched your channel. The only disappointment is that you live in Melbourne.
Yeah. No, that's the way to be, mate. It's the way of life.
Melbourne's the place to be. Well,
so I think I was watching your live stream last night with the boys, and I think is Trevor Fumes of Hatred? He's got something to do with the new label as well now, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've never met Trevor before. Like I have watched his channel, but I don't know if he's as prolific as the other guys. I haven't got that much to do with him, so I met him last night. Very, very somber guy.
He's fucking extremely knowledgeable. I'll tell you that much. He'd wipe the floor with me. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
he definitely knows his shit. So yeah. And now, as far as I know, I think he's got like an eBay and his Discogs as well. So yeah, I think it's a bit of reach with what he does as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I definitely heard the name before I saw the show, the channel, but I was at a bit of a loss yesterday because by the time he got on, I was kind of like a few beers in, and he started talking about Dungeon Sift, which I find fascinating, except for the fact that I know nothing about it. But it's not something that I've ever gone in and explored. So I've listened to it and I just don't understand it. But obviously, it's got a very similar aesthetic to Black. So I want to be able to get into it, but I just don't know what it is. As far as to me, it all sounds like it should be the start of something. And then nothing ever comes from it.
So any fucking like symphonic fucking black metal band you could take, put that intro on, and then it's fucking 45 minutes of that, basically. It is fucking. It is, yeah, but that's some people fucking hate it. Some people hate intros, all that type of shit with their music. I know that as well. But I do. I don't mind a bit of dungeon synth here and there.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you can tell by my the CD, the Excommunicado that you got, I fucking hate intros, so I'm just like smack bang straight into it, right?
Fucking yeah, there's no lubrication there. It's just straight in.
Dude, I don't fuck around, right? I don't want to get to know you. I just want to get in and get out and get on my way, right? That's pretty much where I come from.
What's going on there, boy?
There's definitely.
I do appreciate it though, man. Like, as I was just fucking having a look through your CDs here, which I don't know, I have put them up before, but yeah, for any of the fellas out there, I can't fucking pronounce that, can't still, but it's where is it? There we go. It's an absolute fucking belter, and I did note the one song I think that you do kind of take a step in a different direction with is that the dismemberment of the concubine. So I haven't even had I've had 2 beers and I'm fucking already rattling off. Yeah. But yeah, one obviously, I think that holds a bit of a special place with you as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because of that guitar sound. I put out so I did the first demo, right, and that was just whatever I could put down where I could still hear the guitars, the drums, and the vocals. I didn't give a shit about anything else. And where I sit right now, I recorded at 6 feet that way, So in the background of that, you can hear the clothes dryer. You know what I mean? It gives me like an ambient buzz in the back, and I thought I'm just going to keep that shit because that might add to it later on. Well, fucking surprised it didn't, right? And it just sounds like a hollow mess. But anyway, so I do that, and then I'm like, the guitar doesn't sound right. I put it out. I was very excited, and then I dial in this guitar sound by complete chance, and I'm like, fuck, Dan, that sounds awesome. And the first thing that I come out with is that song. Yeah, and I loved it. It was like, it had a really cool, I don't know exactly where I stole it from, but there's definitely a Burzum riff in there, which I 100% must have wholesale from this guy. But I mean, if you're going to steal from fucking anyone, steal from the best, all right? So that just pretty much wrote itself, and it was funny because anyone who heard that song was like, that's fucking awesome. And Nothing I ever do has so much, people, or so many people going, that's fucking cool. So I thought, well, I might be onto something. So I've kept that guitar sound throughout that half of that record anyway. So
Yeah. So what do you, I suppose with your style, everything you're going for, what is it that you kind of reach in for as far as a theme as such?
So
obviously you got fucking like a type of shit and SBM, fucking get around that a little bit over here. Not to say fucking over this side, I'm fucking no Nazi. Calm down.
And that's the thing. And I read an interview about it. I don't know if it's going to change people's mind on it because of what it is, but I read an interview with the singer from Absurd, and he said that the reason why it is, and I guess it's had such a big, explosion in the popularity of it, and it has, man. Like before, all of it sounded like shit, and you couldn't find it, right? So you get, all these bands coming through now that are just phenomenal. And he said the reason why it's such a big thing at the moment is that direct, I guess, knee-jerk reaction to the pussification of a lot of it becoming so, I guess, accepting, And it's going to be, if you think about it, it'll be the only genre of that particular style, or the only subgenre of that particular style that can never be socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Which drags us back to, and I mean, everything's about something horrible in this music, and that thing is about what everyone in socially believes is the most deplorable thing, right? It's hating on a race, but that drags it out of that limelight and puts it back where it should be.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah. I suppose, I think I'm with you there. I kind of respect it in the sense is where I think a lot of black metal, fucking a whole lot of it has probably lost its threatening edge. Because there's probably only actually talk about, certain themes, all that type of shit. And I suppose just for fucking shock factor, I reckon there'll probably be a lot of bands that fucking sway into that NSBM genre that aren't particularly racist or anything like that. It's more to fucking pretty much tell everyone to go and fuck themselves. That's the way that I kind of perceive it. Not all, I reckon a lot do lean that way as well, but I think a lot of it's probably just to retain and withhold that threatening edge.
Yeah, and I mean it does have that element of danger because, like, once you really go past that, break that wall, I mean, anything can happen after that, right? So, I mean, you go to a show, what's going to happen? Is it going to be a bunch of skinheads sig-hailing everyone, or is it going to be, raided by the cops, or is it going to be murders? I mean, the possibility of something going tits up in a fucking show like that is way higher because of the extreme personalities that are making. And yourself, like, you've seen there's this style is plagued by mental illness, and you've got everything in it. But yeah, I do believe that this is probably, and unless there's a subgenre out there about fucking raping children, I think this is the last kind of piece of ground that you can hang on to and say, well, this is you'll never get this, but you can fucking have it, but you won't want it. So I definitely love that aspect.
Yeah, I suppose with me, that's where I'd fucking obviously draw the line. Like when it comes to kids, all that type of shit, I totally understand. It's not even like, for me, it probably wouldn't even be a joke. There is bands that do lean into it. I've granted, there is some black metal bands that do that. But yeah, with me, that is probably my line. But yeah, when it comes to fucking, even like, NSBM, all that type of shit, the reason I kind of got into it is because fucking, I'm, as I said, I've mentioned heaps of times, I'm fucking curious. And for me, I look for the extremes of everything that I can, with limits, obviously. But yeah, for me, I treat it like basically, it's fucking probably as gay as it sounds, probably like a bit of a horror movie, that's my take on fucking black metal for me. And, I do
You
try
want it to be. You want it to be something that isn't comfy and warm, right? I mean, that's what, when you look at the raw black scene, like, none of that is easy listening. And they could be singing about anything, you know, like there's some, like I said, there's some deplorable kind of actions that happen within it. And these people also make music. But if you didn't get a lyric sheet, you'd have no idea what they're singing about. But the music is uncomfortable. And that, I guess that extra step is what NSBM is. But you know, I'm quite happy to personally look. You can throw in all the left wing stuff, and you can throw in all the acceptance, and have everyone come to your show, and that's fine and dandy. But I mean, is it going to last the same amount of time as like a Dark Throne? Is it going to last, you know, as much as the Burzum have? I mean, he hasn't put out a good album in fucking 25 years or something. So I mean, that is still one of those bands that people go back to. And I don't believe that half of this shit today, you know, myself included, really, is going to be. Oh, well, I hope fucking me, but you know, like I doubt it. But you're not going to feel that same way. And I think the only way to do it is to just up the level of fuckery, you know. And that's
I reckon fucking too. They're obviously. I reckon if you can retain some level of honesty to your music, which usually does shine through, I find it on your gear. I do honestly find that. I think if you can fucking retain that, and people can fucking obviously, what's the fucking word? If they can kind of relate to that, well, fucking, I think that's where you're doing your job. That's what I've mentioned to you, which I fucking dick ride the band all the time, but Asgore, extremely fucking private person, you know, fucking, you might get a hey or nay out of him fucking here or there, but obviously keeps to himself, puts out his music, whether it's fucking, you know, 15 albums a year, or sometimes it's, you know, it goes quiet. But I think if you can fucking keep that music to I just think there's an honesty that kind of shines through on some releases, and on some projects. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I tried, like, the first demo was, you know, Satan. And I was like, I ran out of shit to write about. And I was like, you know what is kind of cooler than that is all the real horrible things that, you know, good people do. You know, and you know, I don't know how many times I've argued the point, but what's the death count of God in the Bible, like the Old Testament? It's fucking it's thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Allegedly, Satan, what is 2, and one of them was with the permission of God, if you believe the Bible. So it's more interesting, I thought, especially on the Excommunicado, to focus on more of that aspect of, instead of the devil, let's go with all the good people and all the great stuff that they do, which makes them so righteous, which I find, you know, fascinating. And then it was like I kind of did a few songs, and that album was not supposed to be an album. It was supposed to be 4 songs, and a guy over here kind of let slip. And I don't know why I did it, but the guy over here is like, he's putting out an album. It's going to be, you know, all this and that. And I went, oh, fuck, I got to put out an album. That's not 4 songs. So I added some more stuff. And so it's a little bit, to me, when I listen back to it, it's a bit of a mixture of, it wasn't a complete idea. It was kind of chopped up, and I didn't particularly enjoy how I did it. But I mean, if you didn't know that, you would never know. But, now I find that, like, especially with the new stuff that I'm doing, and hopefully that fucking gets it, it's a lot of reactional stuff to the things that are happening in this country. So I think that with Australian black metal, is
that political, or you mean in a political sense?
More of a social sense, I think. You know, like, there's a lot of craziness that happens if you let yourself get sucked into it. And it's, to me, I love the chaos of this country. You know, like with Australia, it was like you can get up every day and you can do whatever you want, regardless of what the government's doing. Well, right here, you know, there's already been, there's probably been more, but it made the news. Someone took themselves out because Trump won the election. So
I mean, yeah, I did read that.
yeah, so
Yeah,
people are fucking a little bit more psychotic when it comes to stuff like that. Where Australia never had that. In my time in that country, and I left in 2019, there was never a time where people were so caught up in politics that people were doing extreme things. There was little things here and there with the Middle East and all that shit, but nothing that was every day. So here it's
yeah,
every fucking day, except you can kind of block yourself from it. So a lot of the stuff now has been, I got accused of fucking being a NSBM band. So I thought, cool. What I'll do is I'm just going to write you a bunch of songs that makes you believe that I'm an NSBM band. So I started naming songs,
yeah.
kind of shady titles, right? And it's all the buzzwords. And if you get a chance, White Filth had a great video with the label owner from Black
Black,
Occult.
oh yeah,
You saw that, yeah, and he was pretty much saying that if I'm not going to, I'll hopefully not fuck this up, but he said that he thought USBM bands, American black metal bands, is all these fucking people that have found out that if you just throw a little bit of white power in the mix, you'll sell albums instead of it being real. So he just will no longer do USBM bands, which is
yeah,
interesting as shit.
yeah. I think there can be a bit of a contradiction with that, I suppose, with US playing into the fucking that NSBM ideology, considering where they come from and considering where they, I suppose, yeah. I don't understand how some of those bands could probably have the leaning that they do, considering where they do come from.
Yeah,
Because
but I mean,
yeah,
you kind of get it. Like there's a band. I mean, there's a few of them. I speak to Juan from Oath to the Goat, and he's got a lot of history in early USBM. So he's saying that like he knows Mexican, uh, white pride people, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't understand that. And then is it Vothana? Am I saying that right? I fuck
yeah.
names up as well, like it. And I mean, who's that guy? That guy lives over here, and he's from what Vietnam,
I don't know.
and he's got a ton of Nazi like type of symbolism in his
Yeah,
music
yeah,
as far as covers and stuff. But it's, I mean, I understand it does feel like a lot of cosplay,
yeah,
so I wanted to get away from that, obviously, because I can't write about something I'm not, and I can't invest into something that's like that. But I don't know anything
yeah.
about it apart from I hate the neighbor because he's a black guy. Like that's so silly. As far as I can't write a bunch of songs about that, but I figured that I'd go for some social aspects, which is the things that I'm seeing here, which is a lot of the trans politics, and that's turned into a bit of a cult now. Well, it is a cult at this point. You're either with them or you're against it. There's no middle ground. And
Yeah,
I'm like, sorry.
yeah. If there is some type of division, it seems like it does kind of come from the left side more so. I'd feel more so than the right. At the minute, I think
For
fucking
sure.
there's a bit of pushback. Like fucking, I consider myself like probably a bit of a centrist between like fucking both sides. But yeah, obviously that left leaning bullshit. I think fucking a lot of There's also more so now a lot more pushback towards it. People losing their shit, all that type of stuff, and
Well, yeah. I mean, you can tell by the election results, right?
100%.
I mean,
And I think there's probably a lot of black metal bands out there that probably would say fuck your politics, all that type of shit, all that type of deal.
Yeah.
But they would have that mindset where they fucking go in and they're pushing against, the left, whether they like it or not. I think there is probably a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think it's like I said, it's a lot of knee-jerk reaction. But I'm like, my look, I live half an hour from the middle of Philly.
So I'm just
Philly is
changing.
that's all right. Change the album, put on something awesome. But I live about a half an hour from Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is a crazy city as it is, but very very left leaning. And my wife is friends with everyone, and there's one guy that I know, and he's trans male, And if you didn't tell me that he was once a female, I would never guessed it in a million years, which is really bizarre, right? Because you can normally pick it a lot from just, you can see someone and go, yeah, something's fucking wrong there, right?
Yeah.
But he speaks like a dude, he acts like a dude, and we don't talk about it. If we talk, we don't talk that much. But if I ever see him, we very rarely speak about anything like that. But then we have another person who has come to and they're a tradesperson, and they come to the house, and I mean, she's nice and everything. I don't really know her, but I figured because she was over here, I'm just going to dip my toe in the water, you know what I mean, and see how hot it is. So everything was very cool, and I'm like, so that fucking Barbie movie, I'm like, if you're a guy and you go see the Barbie movie and you don't have kids, I reckon you should be on a watch list. All right. And she's like, why? They just might like the Barbie movie. And I'm like, all right, now I know the barrier. I know where it all is. Now it's troubling that something like that is kind of like, look, we can talk frankly here. I just think it's fucking weird if a dude my age goes and sits in a Barbie film. All right. Yeah. She did not see it like that. So, like, straight away, I know there's a wall, and that's where the hot water starts. All right?
Yeah, you touch that line with your toe. Just dip the toe in, see what the fuck's up, and you're out. You're like, nah.
Exactly. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Because you do a lot of NSBM type of content. Now, you have to know that after each, and you probably do, there has to be some type of pushback. There has to be at least one or two comments that are going to go, why the fuck are you doing this? It's all, whatever. But you know it yourself, right? We just love to just see how hot that fucking water is, because we want to know how bad shit gets, right? We don't want to jump all the way in, but we just want to see how bad it is. And I think that's the great thing about Australians, is that we just want to fucking see. We're just curious fucking people.
I will say, I think fucking with this channel, I think people have caught on that, I'm not that way, which is, it is a good thing. Like, all the comments really have been, but maybe 2 or 3, like the whole time. I've been doing it probably a year now. I reckon maybe 2 or 3 comments have fucking suggested that I may be that way. But yeah, like fucking most people are understanding, and they know that it's fucking music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never be able to correlate people's feelings, how they can just, all I can these days, because it is so easy to sit there and just judge people off a fucking whim. If you listen to that, you're this. If you're fucking doing this, you're fuck you. You know what I mean? So but I'm actually quite shocked at how well the channel has been perceived for me in that way. It's in that respect, it's been no dramas really.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's just a lot of Australian audiences who we're not really exposed to that. Like, we were never exposed to anyone who was doing, they were like a guy who was really proud of their race. We were just all Australians, and we liked being in Australia. So it wasn't like we ever saw bands in the past that were doing that. Now it's kind of popped up. But obviously the environment has changed. But over here, when I got put on a list, I jumped on and figured I would discuss it with these people, which is the dumbest thing you can do. But I did it, and I was like, listen, let me, and this is where I knew that they had zero, they didn't want to know that I wasn't that. They see one meme, which I stole off someone else. I shoved it on my page because I was talking to to White Filth, and I said, I'd probably sell more of this if I had a fucking swastika on the front of it. That was all I said. And I jump on the list, and I said to the guy who was the main the finger pointer, I said, listen, let me throw out some lyrics. I said, if you can find anything on there which you deem to be a white pride or a nationalist type of thing, I said, I will burn every other record that I've got to sell, and I will quit this whole music game once and for all. And his words back were, I don't have the time to read your lyrics, you Nazi. That's what he said. So I'm like, okay, good. I know exactly what these people are, and I don't know why they do it, but I know who they are, and they're not willing to have that bubble that they live in burst and be right. They just have to be right.
That's
Good
just
on
a
him.
fuck. No, yeah. For that, I think it's just a social justice warrior mentality. They go out there and fucking, you know, I think they're the ones more so that fucking cause trouble, and probably the ones more so that have skeletons in their closet.
100%. Like, look at the BLMs, mate. They're stealing shit for equal rights.
100%. Yeah.
How does that work out? And then there was that band that, and again, have you ever heard of a subgenre called mincecore?
What's that one?
It's mincecore.
Mincecore. What the fuck's that?
Exactly. I haven't heard of it either. It's basically if grindcore, but like gore grime was mixed with, instead of gore lyrics, it was mixed with social justice lyrics. And I don't know how it gets the name, but the most popular band in that scene, the drummer was out there spreading fucking STDs with all these chicks that he was banging. And I'm like, okay, well, they may not be here or there, but they're not the most ethical people in the world. And you'll find even with the most mentally ill black metal people that I will definitely see, there's a moral there that is something. It's definitely they understand a little bit of loyalty and a little bit of conviction. And I don't for 1 second think that these people do that. It's whatever, because they're all going to police themselves. So whenever the new rule comes in that they have to follow, they will start cutting their ranks down until there's, you know, no one left. And it's all about putting the flag up like, I'm a great person, look at me, you know.
Yeah. I think some probably do come in with a pure heart and with good intentions, but obviously I just think the pendulum shifts from left to right, all that type of shit with it. So it'll probably go the other way, it'll wildly swing the other way within the next few years. Just got to fucking sit, have a beer and just chill out and fucking just watch what happens, I suppose. See what the fuck goes on.
Enjoy the chaos. Don't get involved, because all shit changes. Nothing's forever, right? And I mean, that's why we have locks on our front door.
Yeah.
Right? Keep your shit to yourself, and have your beliefs, and that's fine. But if everyone was exactly the same and believed the same thing, it would all be fucking boring motherfuckers, right?
Nice. Fucking hell. What's the time over there at the moment? You be fucking sitting at around 11, 12?
No, it's about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, something like that. It's still, Big Dog hasn't gone to bed yet. Are you old enough to know that? That kind of thing. That was a thing once, but no, it's good, man. Saturday night, I've got a few beers in me. There's all these great live streams that are happening, and the wife and I normally sit up there and consume alcohol and talk shit to people. It's awesome.
A bit there with the obviously with fucking my channel, fucking everyone else's channel. You get in there a bit and have a look, see what's going on.
Definitely, man. I'm an avid watcher of shit because I very rarely leave this house. I work not too far from where I live. I come home, like I said, I shut the door. I don't interact. And I've got my studio in here, and this is what I do. So my only real interaction with the outside world is things like this, or stuff like live streams where I get to communicate, and I like it like that. It's safer for me. I nearly 50 years old. I don't need to be out there, fucking doing all the shit that young kids do. So I'm, not in this place because everyone has a gun, but I'm fucking quite happy to do what I do here and watch your channel, mate.
Watch me make an absolute cunt of myself. How good is it?
I want to see 2 videos a week. I want you to just get on there and go crazy, and fucking get your dog involved and do all that shit.
Yeah, get the pug out there and fucking see what's going on.
That pug's a fucking champion.
Yeah, he's like fucking, he's secondary. I'm calling him. He's secondary to me, but he's fucking, he's right in the ranks, and I don't like it.
You keep telling yourself that he's secondary. He knows better.
Little prick he is. He's a winner.
I got a cat that's the same thing. He's a pug-faced cat, and I know well where my ranking is in this household.
All right, fuck it. Get back to the album anyway. Like, what have you found? I suppose the process of I know obviously you put out stuff independently for yourself, and now you fucking obviously have worked with a label and gone down too great. But if you take away fucking what hasn't gone down too well with that said label, what are the pros and cons for you working with a label compared to just doing it yourself?
Mate, I'm yet to see a pro. Look, personally,
towards the start, did it seem like, fucking obviously a bit of pressure was taken off someone else putting your tape out, or?
Maybe, but you're kind of always worrying about like how it's going out. Are they promoting it? And you can see a little bit of that, but like I found out pretty quick who's promoting it and how they do that, and you got to really be careful with that. But I think if there was a pro to it, it's like you really don't have to dip your hand in your own pocket to pay for the product. All right, so obviously you got to record it, and you don't get paid to go with a label now. You get paid in product, so you have to make your own money that way. But these guys are not from this scene, and they're not looking to get black metal clout, and they're not looking for, I suppose cult points, right? So they're very funny guys. They're lighthearted. They like a joke, and I enjoy that aspect because, as Australians, I find that we are shit talkers, and we don't care who we offend. We normally try to care that if we offended you, we're sorry, but you got to be able to give back, and these guys are like that. Got to take a punch, mate. That's growing up. That's life. That's a fucking lesson that you got to learn, how to get fucking hit in the face and stand back up again, right? That's how it works.
When I suppose being back in Australia, did you have a band prior to this? Have you, I don't even know. Like, have you worked in music prior to what you're doing now?
Not in the same aspect. I was in bands. I was in a death metal band called Cenotaph back home, and we got to play with some awesome death metal bands back in the day. With like probably no one's going to hear of them, but we were played with Vomit, and we played on the same bill. Who the fuck was that band? Allegiance. There was a great band from WA. Fucking brilliant thrash band. I think they just restarted, but if you can go somewhere, and Allegiance was spelt weird. It was like Allegiance the way you spell it, sorry, but it was like a dot between every fucking letter. I don't know why.
Right,
but they were fucking fantastic. And I think we played on a bill with them, but we were low level things. We weren't, I was pretty young. And then the last band that I was in back there was helping out a friend who was a big, and this is where my cred goes down the fucking toilet, right? But he was a big Korn fan, right? So I got dragged into the new metal scene, and there's a CD that I've got. I still have it up there, and I'm on the front cover, but I'm the only fucking guy that looks weird because I'm the guy with the long hair, and I look exactly the same, apart from this wasn't fucking great. But other than that, I got out of the scene, I guess, in the early 2000s because I got married, and I got a great job with the government, and I just didn't have the time, So that was something that was always, I wanted to do it again, but I just never had the time. So I didn't play, I didn't communicate with that scene. I still bought albums, but it just wasn't something which I kept up with, which sucked. That was the thing that was missing,
Yeah. So how you feeling? Obviously, you got your studio going on. I think the missus is helping out, fitting out the studio. Yeah. So you getting along with that, all right? Or
man, we are having a ball. So we have a project that we've been trying to do this for the last 12 months. It's a really cool fucking thing called Gamble Freak, right? So it's basically if you mixed Judas Iscariot with Typo Negative. Right. So it's the Judas Iscariot is my side, and the Typo is she's not old, all right? She's a goth. I guess they call her a goth mum at this point. So she loves all the stuff that you love. She's a Faith No More fan, big Mike Patton fan, loves Mike Patton. The Cure is her favorite band in the world.
Yeah.
you know, and she almost fucking fainted when you brought out the Tomahawk album today on your last video. And yeah, so we have that, which we're trying to kind of finalize. So other than that, man, I'm in the studio every day.
Yeah.
Say that again. You cut out.
I said that if you get that collaboration to work, that'd be sick. Like I reckon you can make something pretty good with it.
Yeah, and I mean, she's kind of really latched on to the music that I like because she's a very vast, like she's into noise, like she's into noise stuff, and I can't get into that. So she kind of understands the black metal thing, but in her own right, she's a piano teacher. You know, she plays guitar, she's teaches ukulele, like all the nothing wind, but everything stringed. You know, so she's actually an actual musician. So and prior to that, or I guess not prior to it, but whilst that, she was on tour with Ozfest, and she was on tour with Lollapalooza, and she's got contacts all over the world. And there's a great story which I almost divorced her over, that she has a photo sitting next to Ace Frehley, you know, Kiss, man, fucking my favorite band in the world. And she sends it to me, and she goes, "This is Ace Frehley. Do you know who this is?" And I almost fucking faint. I'm like, "Of course I know who Ace Frehley is. You don't know who Ace?" She goes, "I don't know who he is. He's just a creepy old man." And I'm like, "We have to cut communication, and you have to move on, all right?"
You're out.
Yeah, dude. She has introduced me to people like you would not believe. You know, like I've met, had a great chat with Bobby Blitz from Overkill. For a fucking okay, so John Corabi, we've gone up and we've hung out with him. The fucking Deep Purple guy, what's his name? He did some shit with Tony Iommi. I can't. I'm blanking. That's what beers do.
Blackmore?
No, not Blackmore. The bass player.
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh shit. Anyway, so I fucking like we've really rubbed shoulders with some royalty, and there's a drummer called there's Vinny Appice, right? Who I'm gonna go ahead. He was like, you know, Dio and Ozzy, I think, and Sabbath in the later years, you know. And then there's Carmen, a piece. So they both are they're brothers, but their names are said differently. So Carmen is has my wife. Sorry.
Eric, is that Eric Carmen? And are you talking about musicians? Yeah.
Yeah, not South Park.
Hey, no, not Carmen.
No, well, Vinny Appice was Dio's drummer, okay, and Carmen has played in a fuck ton of bands, but you know he was in he was on like fucking Carson and all that shit back in the day. Like this guy's a fucking legend, unbelievable, you know, drummer. But we've hung out with him. He's invited her out to the house to cook because she's a chef by trade. So there's been like a ton of really cool interactions since I've gotten here, which people don't give a fuck about. But me, being from Australia, and you can appreciate this, we don't fucking see anyone because no one comes to our country. Right? So to rub shoulders with these people is unfucking real. You know, like I could right now message the dude who played in fucking, you know, Tony Iommi's last band and talk about Sabbath for fucking hours. That's cool. That's cool as shit to me because when the fuck have I ever been able to do that?
That's fucking unreal. Yeah.
Oh, dude, if you're gonna marry a girl, she's the one to marry. All right.
You sorted yourself out pretty nicely.
I think so. I think I made a pretty good purchase on this one. You know, the last one took a lot out of me, but this one, she's definitely, and she built me a studio. Who else is? Yeah. Who can say their wife done that for?
So fucking when can we expect the EP to come out? Yeah, have you got a time for that, or the boys know what's going to go on with that, or?
I spoke to him today and I said, listen, I got to change the art, okay, because the art is the Ram art, okay, so the guy from Ram made that artwork, and as cool as it was, and it was pretty much my fucking idea, he did all the art and it looked awesome. Can't take it away from the kid. I got new artwork today. I'm hoping, where are we? We're middle of November. I'm hoping it's going to be like first, second week of December that I'm going to have it out. I've just got to lock in the date with these guys to tell them, look, if you're going to start saying anything, let's do it on a date in this time frame.
Yeah, you said.
So, yeah. So, I mean, I now have control of it all again. I do have a few cassettes left from the RAM thing, which is they're a little bit different in the sense that the mix is a little different. So I've got one set aside for you. I put yours aside before I sent it to him. So you're going to get like an OG one, but unfortunately it doesn't have a cover. But yeah, it's still a cool mix. But that's the one that's coming out. Sorry?
Black metal. Fuck the cover off.
Yeah, well, you don't fucking need it. It's got a sticky label on the front of it. You'll be good. But yeah, I mean, there's a Brazilian one that's going to be coming out at Christmas time. That's really cool. I'm really excited to have something released in Brazil, even if it doesn't sell one copy. I can still say I'm fucking there.
So, have you got a Brazilian label that's working to put your tape out as well?
Yeah, but they're going to do the CD version. So, what I did for that is I remixed it, remastered it, made it all sound fucking schmick for CD, and they got all of that. So they have that. I was going to put an extra song on the Brazilian one just because it was Brazil, but I chose not to do that when everything went fucking tits up over here. So I was like, let's just knock this one out, make it simple. I changed the artwork to, I don't know if you've seen it, it's the Australian flag, but it's instead of the Union Cross, it's like an inverted cross.
Actually, I like how you got the fucking little. Fuck, I'm going the wrong way every fucking time. Got a little fucking. I'll get used. And Trevor from Shredbeard, I can't do this very well, but I'm having. That's all I can do, mate. All right.
That's all you can do. And look, I love it. I love it when nothing works for people. That is, it makes everyone more human. And
I'm all right.
This is what I love. So yeah, the Brazilian one's cool. But what you're going to get is the old school one, and then when the Brazilian one comes in, I'm going to send you that, so you can just have both, because fucking hell, I don't know, I just send music to people. I give a shit.
I are off the motherfucker. Is that Brazilian? I don't think that's even Brazilian. Who gives a shit? That's what I'll be doing. CD case.
But dude, if you want street cred in this Cobalt game, all right, to steal a word from J-Dog, you need to only review the cassette with no cover on.
Fucking oath, that's the way to do it. Yeah.
Take that CD and throw that cunt out. Just fucking do the fucking thing.
A couple of times, scratch it, fucking rub it on the floor a couple of times, because I want the dirty shit.
Dude, and that's the thing. Like, so I will name things after certain things that I knew back home. This one here was named after, I sent you that thing, is from an old band. They weren't called Vomit. They went on to called something else, but
I watched that. Yeah.
But their album's very similar, and I was like, I just want something that's cool, like something that's like so Aussie, that's not black. It's just like fucking ram it up your ass, you poof the cunt. But the fucking artwork, I love basing off old Australian releases, which I fucking love. So I've got two artists right now working on stuff for the next two things, and I don't know. Can we look? I'm going to break it out because it's something that I did, and I didn't tell you I was going to do it. So the next thing that comes out, our good old Fred Maddox here has got a vocal performance on it, and that'll give me some more street cred, right?
You're going to sell fucking millions now. You're done.
Telling you, man, I might press an extra 5 copies because I'm going to put your fucking sticker on it.
When you come back, you'll be selling out the fucking MCG. I'm telling you right now,
mate. I'd be happy to sell out fucking Parramatta fucking tavern or some shit. So I'd be happy as shit. But no, man, I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, look, I got to say, because of you, I've picked up a lot of Aussies that are willing to throw money at stupid postage prices to ship it back over, and that's the great thing about Australia, is that like we support each other until we fucking get too big, and then we cut the fucking knees out here, right? But a lot of my CDs and a lot of my music and stuff goes back home, which to me is like, fucking amazing. Yeah,
I do know that it means a fair bit to you, which is grouse. Yeah. Have you reached out to any Australian labels over here?
Yeah, I reached out to a bunch of them. None of them fucking returned fire. So I don't know what to do about it. And it's not that I get no's. It's just that I get no responses. So I don't know whether people check emails over there. They're probably on Australian time. I don't fucking do anything. But
it's I don't know. I just feel that I suppose the one thing that you probably will find, I suppose, with black metal is just in general trying to get a response out of some cunt or even like some labels, you know, fucking. I think they sit around and they probably pretty much play the game as well, and they have. I think that's the only place where you'll fucking find maybe a little bit of attitude comes from some particular labels. Not all. Some are fucking fantastic and they'll fucking respond straight away. But then you will find they'll either have an attitude or they're just fucking really short response.
Yeah,
and you know,
I mean, I appreciate that. Like, I'm not anyone that's selling 1,000 fucking copies. Why are you going to push why are you going to throw money behind someone like me? I mean, I understand that you got to make some money out of it. Not necessarily me, but the people who are putting their hand in their pocket. And they want to know that you have an audience before they do that. And I respect that, you know, like, how am I going to get that? And if you say I'm a one-man black metal band, you and fucking all your mates are too, you know, like everyone is. So how do I change that to make him look at me and go, well, he's a little different than that. Like, he's not doing the lo-fi stuff. He's not doing, like, he's putting a little bit more. He's not using a drum machine. And you know, I'm just trying to be separate.
It would take a lot just for some, I suppose, some label to fucking grab your CD or your tape, whatever you've sent, chuck it on the fucking player and actually put it on. It'd probably be a lot for them to just even do that because they probably would get a lot of that too. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, last night I told a story. Like, I actually reached out to Signal Rex, and Signal Rex was like, "Yeah, man, fucking hell, like, I'd love to hear it," and they never fucking opened it. Like, they could only accept it through a certain way. And they got the email through their desired response, and basically it's like it expires. It expires in a few days, so they have 3 days to open it, and they never listen to it. So I was like, well, what? I mean, I was disappointed because I was like, that would have been super cool to have. At least if they said no, okay, I know. But now it's like, well, they didn't even bother to check back. Then I'm like, all right, I'm just another person who sent them some shit. And maybe next time when I do it, you know, like, the profile will be a little higher or whatever, and, you know, people like yourself talking about it.
A bit of a period at the moment too where it's, I reckon, fucking with black metal essentially, I reckon it's a little bit dormant at the moment. I think obviously through that COVID period, it was a fucking insane time, and you had every world trying to fucking do a raw black metal project and trying to. Imagine how many fucking of those labels would have got tapes, CDs, just from fucking even 10 fucking trying to send their shit through. I'm a fucking black metal, look at me type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I reckon that would have happened a lot. I think we're probably on the back end of that now. Everything's starting to calm down. And fucking, I reckon within the next probably 6 to 7 months, I reckon shit probably will cool out, and you probably will get more of a response back.
Yeah, and I mean, look, at that point, I'm like, there's really I mean, apart from, look, if Dark Adversary rings me up and says, you know, listen, we want you to be on this thing, by all means, I'm going to burn every friendship that I ever had to go onto something like that. But again, it's unlikely, but I mean, it's something where right now there's very little a label that's on the level which I am at that can do more for me than me. And I guess that's the good and the bad about what's going on now, where anyone with an iPhone and a guitar and something they can record on, like the iPhone, can make a band and throw some music out, and people think it's the greatest fucking thing ever, you know?
Yeah.
But this is where I guess the old saying, the rubber meets the road. Guys like yourself, guys like Fumes of Hatred, guys like Mordant, like, if they pick shit up and go, this fucking thing here, you got to check this out, a lot of people go and check it out.
Yeah.
It's different than the old one-man band who wants to sit in the shadows and no one wants to they don't want to be out there. They just want the music to do the talking. Well, it ain't fucking 88 anymore. It's 24, and you have to separate yourself somehow.
Yeah.
So you got to do something, man, and this is the new evil. So this is how we do it.
So I suppose when you do establish yourself, fucking, you find a bit of a footing. Would you consider fucking ever touring live or doing anything live or any gigs, or do you want to keep it solely like a studio based project?
Being a crazy narcissist, I'd love to be on stage, but no, I mean, I would have to. I think there's enough people over here that would do it. It wouldn't need any money behind it. Trust me. I think if you could have, I could probably find a bunch of people that I just know in the scene that would do it. It'd be easy to learn because I fucking played it. And they would do it. But yeah, I mean, I would play live. I would love to. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great if Mordant called me tomorrow and said, "Listen, we've got some shows in Jersey, and we want you to do it. Can you get a band together, man?" It would take zero effort for me to say, "Mordant, who have you got that I can steal to play these songs?" And they would all jump in and just help out.
Yeah, it does seem like as I said, it does. That YouTube mentality really does seem like a pretty fucking helpful scene.
Yeah.
But
and they all talk, and you've found this out. Like they speak to you, they speak to everyone else, and it's good, it's bad, it's helps, it doesn't help sometimes, but it's definitely easier to get out there if you can play the game.
Yeah. I mean, I probably find it hard on that aspect, like fucking when I fucking started probably doing YouTube, like I didn't even realize there was a community out there. I just fucking started doing it just for a bit of fun, sitting around having a beer on a Saturday. But yeah, it's amazing how many fucking people out there that are willing to fucking help you, push your channel, fucking push your bands, all that type of shit. It's a pretty positive thing. And if that's not fucking cult or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I don't know, but yeah. Why not fucking get your shit out there and fucking get it listened to?
Yeah, and I mean, I think half of these people fucking are just jerk offs anyway. But like, there's not a lot. If you really put your fucking YouTube channel thing on and you start searching, there's not a lot of good black metal guys that are doing what you do. Like, you can name them on one hand, pretty much. Like Norwegian, White Filth, yourself, Fumes. And then, like, I'm probably missing one, but there's. I mean, at that point, I'm starting to go, "Oh, I know there's another one." But that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of people showing it, but they're not all, like, all in on this music, and they're not knowledgeable about it. They dabble in it. So, a guy like myself who's locked in a basement, thank God, not in my mum's house, but like locked in and doing something. I look to people like yourself, and I look to people like Norwegian Cult, and I'm like, what are you into? Like, what are you doing? And that's how I get my recommendations. So guys like you are the new fucking magazines, man.
Yeah, fucking Norwegian Black Cult, man. That is one dude that I sincerely look up to. He is, like, before I fucking started doing it, like, fucking he was the one that I can religiously watched, because fucking he's knowledgeable. The history that he shows behind each band is fucking, it blows my mind. I fucking love it. I love it. It's me, like, go back and actually try and learn, like, fucking, some of the albums that he talks about, some of the covers, all that type of shit. Like, fucking, that's I don't know how you couldn't be invested in it. That's for me, it's
And his attitude is great. It's like, you like it, you don't like it. Next, you know what I mean? That's how he is. And White Filth doesn't even make excuses. He's like, this is what it is. Next, this is what it is. But he talks about it. And there's only a few guys that I really like listen to and go, I want to hear that. Like, you can show me an album all day, but if you don't tell me what it does for you, I don't care about it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of channels miss.
Yeah. No, he's good. He's tops as well. He fucking obviously goes up. He does his own things with the labels, and he does talk to like such people like Black Cult, all that type of thing. I think he does good things as well. Yeah.
No, man. I think you're all doing the Lord's work. That's all I can fucking say. And guys like us out here slogging away, like, we appreciate it. And I'm just happy that like one of the Aussies as like one of the premium guys, right? Because the worst thing is for an Australian to reach out to have to go all the way to fucking Bosnia to find a fucking guy that can talk about your stuff that's willing to do it. And fuck knows what you're going to get from over there. But yeah, it's definitely kind of a very fulfilling thing when you hear an Australian talk about what you do, and it makes me miss home a little bit because I'm like, fucking hell, you know, I miss the accent, I miss the people, I miss the food, I miss all the shitty stuff, I miss the good stuff, and yeah. So I definitely thank you. I thank everyone back in Australia. I think that is all a bunch of top cunts.
Fucking oath.
Can't wait to have that fucking shit out there.
All about it. See, we can work together. Sydney, Melbourne. We're fucking doing it right now. We're doing that, making that happen.
We're bridging the fucking gap, you and me, right? We're making relations.
Yeah, making it work.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But you are the fucking man. And anytime I get a chance to fucking say, have you fucking listened to this Maddox guy? I throw it out because it's basically my source of news and entertainment. And you do fucking both. The entertainment part is definitely up there.
That last one was pretty wild. I actually got pretty shit. That one I legitimately fucked. I was fucked at the end of that.
Oh, for sure. I can tell because you start off very coherent. And by the end of it, words become these long fucking whatevers. And it's like,
you're like, fuck, this guy, does he not drink water? But yeah, I do. But fucking yeah, I have fun with the videos. I do enjoy it. And I try to keep them fucking lighthearted because that's the way the fucking's got to be.
Mate, the next step, the next step for you is to jump on one of these channels over here and find the fever that, or the questions you'll be asked from an American audience, which it really needs. I would love to see you hit a live stream because you would get a lot of people that are just going to ask questions about the stuff that, you know, generally interest them. Like I get stupid questions all the time about kangaroos, right? But I mean, you're going to get questions about Australian bands. You're going to get a question about what's happening back in Australia. A lot of them, because they're hungry to hear about new stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, man, fucking.
So you're the man, Matty. I love you. I adore you. It sucks that I had to move across the planet to kind of virtually meet you because that's a shitty thing.
Any plans on coming back to Australia for a fucking holiday at all, or you?
I'm mixed with it. Like I'm mixed reactions with it. I feel like there's nothing left for me there, which isn't true, but it's like, I don't know what it is. I think because I left and there's a lot of shit that's going on here and I'm kind of immersed in this thing where I think if I go home, I'm stepping out of it. Which I don't know if you feel that, but like if you were to leave, and I know you've mentioned that you want to leave and go to Ireland, but I'm like, it's weird when you leave because you kind of want to go back. But in the same sense, I'm like, oh, but fuck, I'm taking away from a step forward. And it's not like I couldn't do what I do back home, just the same. But
I'll probably over and have a beer with you.
Dude, you've got to come over at least once and see the East Coast because there's a lot of dumb shit here. I think you would find absolutely amazing. And then can't wait to get back home. If you can do the 24-hour flight. You know, I would love to see you, and there's a bunch of people over here that I guarantee you would love to see you.
Well, I got a flight tomorrow, and I'm shit. I don't like flying. I haven't mentioned that before, but yeah, that's a motherfucker. I'm not keen on fucking flying, but I got to fucking persevere. I got to do that tomorrow to Queensland. But yeah, we'll see how we go with that.
Fucking banana benders, mate.
Yeah, boys, we'll see what happens after that.
No, what do they used to call the Queenslanders? Is it the cockroaches or the banana benders? Well, I'm kind of out of that now. Cockroaches.
Pineapple heads.
Yeah. That's fucking cockroaches. But yeah, I mean, look, I a little bit like Queensland I loved. Queensland is the closest that Australia has to Vegas, you know, and the weather's always awesome. Fucking casinos. It just seems like it is a fun place, but Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I want to stick it out as long as I can here, and I've still got family back home, and I've got my mum back there, and I've got kids back there. They're all growing up now, and they all hate their father, so that's great. But I've got no reason to come back and do anything at the moment.
Yeah.
As callous as that sounds,
You got shit to do. That's all good.
I got shit to do, man. I got shit to do. They can reach out anytime they want, without all the horrible messages. But one day I'm sure I'll come back, and I'll definitely make a trip to Melbourne, and I'm sure by that stage I've already fucked off to Ireland, right?
You trouble. It's all over.
Oh man, I know there's gonna be hangovers for days.
If we're in Ireland, it'd be more dangerous over there. They love drinking beers.
And here's the thing. If you're in Ireland, you're only across the Atlantic from me. Like, I can stand on the beaches in AC and just go, "Hey, Maddox, how's it going?" We're a lot closer. So I'm kind of hoping you do fucking move.
It will be on the cards. Rest assured.
Definitely. And if you can't make it to the States by then, you're a fucking poser.
Soft
as shit.
I'm going to leave one last thing.
Yeah.
What have you got on the card? Have you got anything on the card that you can give us that fucking, are you working on shit? What's going on there? Besides, who's coming out?
I've got the song. I've got after this fucking calamity of a fucking EP, I've got this really cool, okay, so it's different in the sense that I did not try to produce it in the same way. I didn't make it I didn't have it sound good. So I've got these two things going on. I've been listening to a lot of Judas Iscariot, and I wanted to see if I could do something like that. And I did 4 songs, bang, 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 and they're fucking just exactly that spirit of sounds bad, but it sounds real powerful. And that's the stuff where I'm kind of like, I could go in that direction.
With the missus?
Sorry?
Is that the one you're talking about with the missus?
No, the one with the album. That's a more of a gothic-y version.
Yeah.
But the one that I did that was just me, I underproduced it. I made sure that the way it came out the speakers is exactly what you're going to get on the cassette. It's so fucking just down your throat. Way harder than the stuff that I've put out, even on this one, which I'm excited to do that instead of this because it's been so long in the making. But definitely, I think that'll be the next thing that comes out, and that's going to be a completely darker, more, like I said, more of a USBM type of sense, only because I've been listening to a lot of that and I've been immersed in it, but definitely very, very Judas Iscariot.
Under the same name, Warhammer?
Yeah, because like I said, I thought about putting it under something else, but honestly, why do all this work and then fucking throw something over here and then throw something over there? And
are you working with a fucking? Have you got a pseudonym? Have you got a suit? I'm trying out words. Have you got a pseudonym?
Well, we were drunk. We were drunk the other night, and we were talking about names that, like, if we were in other genres, right? And I was like, why isn't there like a war metal version of gore grind or porno grind?
Yep.
So I might release that like something else under like WARHAMMER or something. I thought that was kind of cool.
Jerklord.
Lord Jerklord. Yeah, but I mean something. But no, I mean I think it's all under the same thing. But definitely the Gamel Freak stuff. That is a step left. Definitely a step off to the side.
That's what I'm going with. That's what I've been doing. Like when I promote you on the channel, it's usually fucking I call you Warhammer. That's it.
Yeah, and then last night they started calling me Lee, and I'm like, you're fucking killing me, guys.
Get shit out of here, boys.
Yeah. Fucking, we're not down the pub. We're not down the fucking pub or getting smashed. Like, you are fucking, you address me as Mr. Hammer or fucking Warhammer, and then get the fuck out of here.
Culture here, boys. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Your cult points are down in the gutter. But no, they're a bunch of great guys. But look,
fucking lads, they are really good dudes. I do, obviously, I talk to Shredbeard a fair bit, Trev. Yeah, I do talk to fucking Sky as well. They're top blokes, and it's fucking awesome. What they're doing is fucking. I think it's great, and
he is he is the metal Papa Smurf. All right, he's fucking got all the energy in the world. He's like, yeah, he's just got this fucking big beard. I kind of imagine him being like 4 foot tall, and he's full of energy, and he is honestly the fire behind that label. Fomorian Productions. I've got to say Fomorian Productions. Get on the Instagram. There's nothing on it at the moment, but it's definitely up. It's going to have all the bullshit that we're putting out. There's a comp coming out. That's going to be that's going to have a ton of fucking shit on it, like Drucifer. What else is there? There's Goda Mendez, who's jumping in and lending a hand. I'm trying to convince your boy here to jump on and throw his stuff on there. I'm trying to put as many things as we can onto this thing and really push the name and push these other bands as well. So that's going to be the thing that'll probably be given away as a freebie when you get the CD.
Fucking A. I reckon that's going to be fantastic. It's fucking all I've got. Oi.
Look at this. Yeah. Look, dude, I've got your tape here. It's right here.
It's upside down too. Look at that.
Oh, mate, I look better upside down.
Yeah.
That's what the guys tell me.
Yeah. Anymore, they're pretty much sold out, I think.
But yeah, mate, I got like 3 copies left, I think. So
3 copies.
3 copies.
Jump in there and fucking have a crack because it is good. And yeah, it's always fucking awesome talking to you, man. And fucking as you did mention, we've become pretty good mates just through doing this bullshit. I fucking appreciate you. And yeah, I think you're going to be doing good things. And I think fucking that label that you are going to be going through some of your works, it's going to be, unreal.
Looking forward to it. And you'll be the first guy to know about anything that comes forward, all right?
Nah, legend, bro.
Fucking Aussies, mate. Fucking Aussie pride.
See you, bros.
See you, mate.
Cheers, mate.